recently the government has said that if the payment to a particular workforce has to be done, it will be based only on production of Aadhaar base. That means the Aadhaar card must be shown to from the person to the particular paying authority. So this has actually created a lot of problems for students, for the workforce. So what, see, ABPS fundamentally means Aadhaar based payment system with respect to MNREGA schemes. So a lot of concerns are there. First major concern is the design of the system has been exclusionary with respect to, exclusionary means, it's trying to avoid things. The process is not workforce friendly. That's another thing, because they have to they have to link their job cards with the Aadhaar card, and if they're able to produce them in front of the paying system, then only they get their payments. The problem is issuance of Aadhaar cards, though it has been a successful program, does not actually reach everyone. And second problem is duplication of Aadhaar cards. That's another issue. And lot of people even today are not provided with Aadhaar cards. The system is not wrong. Maybe the implementing authorities at certain places are not great. So because of this, the major issue is if they are not able to show their job cards linked to the Aadhaar system, the payment is not being done. And that is creating a lot of hardship for the workforce themselves. It is creating a push. The amount of money that they give is also very less. Therefore, if that amount is also not provided to them, the people who are working for MNRGA schemes, they'll be at a huge loss. That is a major problem. Next, but another major issue is claim. Government is saying no, the implementation process are fantastic and proper technology has been utilized and the efficiency is fantastic. But the research people, the R&D people from with respect to this implementation scheme has been on the other side, saying that the schemes are not properly implemented and the payment is also not being done. Best example I can give you is in the year 2020 to 23, close to 247% Aadhaar cards were fundamentally deleted. Job cards were deleted. So just imagine the plight of all those workforce. 247%. So that's the issue. And another major problem is there is no proper auditing system for this. So these are the major problems during the implementation part, especially with respect to the payment thing. Now, and another major problem is misrepresentation and finding of the facts. That's another thing. So they say the ABPS efficiency, uh, there is no big difference in efficiency between ABPS and the account based payments. So how much payments are being done from the account and whatever the value the ABPS system is giving, there is no much difference. So because of that, the government is claiming that the payments are done properly, but the rejection percentage is not being properly shown, and that clearly indicates that there is a problem with respect to payments, and there is no accuracy for account based payments because most of them are in the control of the government, so they have to listen to what the government says. So keeping all this point of view, since MNRGA program is a fantastic program, the continuation of the program depends upon what kind of payments and the efficiency of the payments to the workforce. So keeping this in mind, this topic is very important for your mains especially. So what points you have to write during the implementation process, let's look at it. So concerns regarding ABPS and MNRGs. So the major problem is, please look here, Aadhaar-based Aadhaar-based payment systems in Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment and their concerns. The issue is what you have to write in mains is this issue. It's exclusions and violation of rights. Right to work, right to payment, all of them come under the same category. So these are the two words that you have to definitely mention in your mains answer sheet. So what are the concerns? First is, as I told you, the design of the system and the technological glitches are the major problems. So exclusionary design. The design is exclusionary. That means it excludes a lot of things. It rejects a lot of things. That's the reason it's called exclusionary. And there are a lot of technical glitches in the implementation. The process itself is complicated. Next, Aadhaar card numbers with respect to job cards. That's the major issue that you have to mention. So linking the job cards with respect to Aadhaar cards is the major issue. And linking this Aadhaar again to bank accounts, that's another major issue. So these 2 points should be the first 2 points that you have to mention in your answer. Next, how do you map these, once it is linked to the bank accounts, how do you map Aadhaar to the software part of it? That's another major issue that you have to mention. So these 3 points are the major problems which are involved. First is, how do you link the job card with respect to Aadhaar card? Second, how do you link the Aadhaar card to the bank accounts? And how do you link the bank accounts finally to the software part? So these three have to be mentioned in your answer. And what are the errors, and because of the errors, what is exclusion part? So errors in any step can lead to denial of work, wage, non-payment, or funds directed to the wrong account. So what are the problems because of these technical glitches? First is, as I told you, denial of payment. That means payment not being done, work not being given. Because work is not being given, payment will not be done. Since payment will not be done, it is not necessary that the payment is going to the right person. So the payments can be done to the wrong person also. That's another major issue. So these are the major points that you have to clearly mention. Next, what with respect to government? What is the government claiming? Government claims asserts that ABPS would eliminate duplicate job cards, but that is not actually happening. There is a lot of duplicate job cards that are getting created, and because of which there is reduced payment delays and lower rejections. This is what the government claims, but the researchers of this scheme are saying otherwise. Things are going exactly the opposite way. That means duplicate cards are getting created, payment denials are happening a lot, and rejections are at a higher rate. So that is the issue. And the next issue that you have to mention is deletion issues. 247% have been deleted. And next, there is lack of audit, no publicly available audits. So since there is no public audits, that clearly shows lack of transparency and accountability. So these are the main factors that you have to mention for your answers. So what you have tried, government claims everything is fine, but the research says otherwise. And example, you can mention 247% of rejection which has happened, and majorly no transparency and accountability. These are the major points. Next, misrepresentation and research findings of ABPS. The efficiency of ABPS is not so great. So please remember, efficiency very bad. 3.2 crores if you look at it, there is no statistically significant difference in the efficiency between ABPS and account-based payment. This is what the fact is. But research shows the other way around. These facts are not true, is what research papers are showing. And there is a significant difference in the rejection of ABPS as well as account-based payments. So if all these things have to be done, the only way that can be done is advocacy for account-based payments. This should be at a very, very high rate. Only when this can happen, this problem of payment through ABPS can happen in a very, very smooth and nice manner. If you write these points for your mains, I think that is more than sufficient.